Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the Planning and Zoning Board. Glenn Gromann, 2201 Northwest Corporate Boulevard, Boca Raton. I represent interests in the Arvida Park of Commerce. I also sit on some additional property owners associations, the Plazas Maintenance Association, which comprises of properties in the town center area. A resident of Boca who lives near the town center area. I just wanted to point out a number of things, and I sort of attempted to be the last person to speak, but because I wanted to hear all the arguments that were going to be forthcoming with regards to why we shouldn't adopt this ordinance. And to a large extent, I haven't heard anything really substantive. It seems to be that the arguments against the planned mobility ordinance are a moving target. There's an aggregate amount of density that's permitted in the city, yet we see that there's an argument or claimed argument of intensity. The newest argument seems to be that we haven't taken into financial consideration what services might be provided to these various developments. You know, there was a country once that operated on the basis of what economists said, and they developed these things. They were called 5-year plans, and that country was the Soviet Union. So I think that what we need to do is, just as the economy has changed, just how technology has changed, zoning ordinances from the 70s need to change as well. We need to be flexible, and we need to consider the modern economy and transportation-oriented development. We have a great opportunity here in Boca Raton because we happen to have sites and locations that are conducive to this type of development, that being sites which are near the Tri-Rail station, sites which are near Route 95, and other sites within the Arvida Park of Commerce. Although there might be some agreement on my part about people bicycling and walking to work, but I can assure you, if there was a 200-unit apartment complex within the Arvida Park of Commerce, you could pretty much walk anywhere within the park and get to work in 5 or 10 minutes. So because there are no developments within the proximity of the park, there's obviously no such activity. I fully support the proposed ordinance. I also fully support Charlie Seaman's proposed amendments because I think they connote a bunch of or additional flexibility and also substantive manner in which to address, you know, the transportation issues. I think that that's a flexible way to deal with things. We're obviously not annexing Boca del Mar. Of course, this is a market-driven economy and a market-driven type of development. There exists no apartment buildings that I'm aware of in the city, currently in the city of Boca Raton, that are not at least 95% occupied, nor has there ever been a vacancy rate greater than 6% in the history of the city. And I'll let you on to another important fact, is that I used to live in an apartment building, and I think I'm a pretty okay kind of guy. And to go back to some of the Army anecdotes and whatnot, I too attended the General Staff Command College. I was on active duty. I trained up a...
if you'll wrap it up, sir.
I trained a unit called the 3rd Infantry Division Mechanized, which was comprised of many, many people who were young, 18 to 21, and they did a marvelous job. And I'm going to bring a new equation to the table, something new and important. And I think that opposing multifamily housing because they might move in there is patently discriminatory. I don't think it sends a proper message. I don't think that you can judge who might be living in a multifamily house as being multifamily unit as being undesirable. And I think that's something that really needs to be taken into consideration. That we don't want to be discriminatory. Thank you very much.